Welcome to another edition of the Fortune Runner Wealth Podcast with your host, Tony Drake.
In this talk, we're going to explore the thought process. In one of my previous talks, I mentioned levels of thought and man's responsibility to himself. Now, let's delve into this thought process. This talk will be titled The Thought Shaper and the Keymaker. At a point of growth, obsession, and open mindedness, supported by massive action, several things will occur, some of which I cannot explore. However, we can look at several events that will unfold. One such event is the more massive action you take and the more obsessive you are with achieving your goals by working at it every day, thinking about it 24 hours a day, doing what is required to make it manifest. What will begin to happen is what is called the universal download. In other words, because you've taken action, something that the masses simply won't do, everyone has the availability to tap into that universal mind of ideas and creativity. The problem is that most people won't go beyond that. They won't take action. So what happens? Well, because we're all connected to this universal consciousness of creativity and ability, someone will come up with an idea, but they won't take any action on it. Then later on, someone will come up with the exact same idea and take absolute massive action on it. And they will benefit from what you failed to do. The universe would not give it to you if you did not have the capacity to manifest it. So someone else who received the same information, tapped into the same source, actually took action. Remember, see it, realize it, visualize it, feel it, live inside of it, document it, take massive action, and you will gain traction. And from that traction, you will get what is called subtraction. And from subtraction, you get attraction. That is the point of success. And as I said in previous talks, you build upon that attraction 10x. In other words, you do 10 times more than anybody else will do, can do, or will imagine to do. But let's go on. You will begin to receive massive downloads of information pertaining to what you're giving your attention to, what you're focusing upon, what you're concentrating upon, where you're putting that massive action and gaining traction, and quite possibly have moved within the realm of subtraction, which we all know now simply means to remove that which does not work and to increase that which does. So, this massive download of information will start to occur. You will begin receiving so much information that if you do not write every single idea down, even if it's on a little piece of sticky paper and you stick it up, if you do not begin to write down all of those ideas, every single one, it doesn't matter if you are eating, it doesn't matter if you're working, it doesn't matter if you're involved in anything that requires your focus. You need to be cognizant of the fact that that is a gift. You write it down. So you keep a pen and little tablet with you at all times because you do not know when the download will occur. Now, it takes me to the movie The Matrix 2. And in that movie, there was a character called the Keymaker. And the Keymaker had so many keys. and the keymaker had to be protected by Neo and Morpheus. The interesting thing about the keymaker was the keymaker himself had no special skills like defense or supernatural abilities. He had none of them. He simply had the keys to open the doors. Now let's liken that into a average person who has become more than average because they have identified something that they have put massive action behind. They've written it down, they've documented it, they've put themselves in it, they've imagined it, they've put themselves in a total feeling of what it would be like to actually accomplish that which they have focused upon as a goal, and they put massive action behind it. Listen, each idea that that universal mind will begin to download upon you is a key to unlock a door. Now remember, the keymaker unlocked doors that were both advantageous and destructive. His own consciousness determined which door was most appropriate to open with the keys or the ideas to unlock doors of possibilities and potential. One thing that I would suggest is there will be periods when the downloads are so strong and so consistent that it becomes a bit overwhelming. But that is what is required for greatness, to have the ability and to see the importance of each download. Some may seem very insignificant, while others may seem very important, and everything in between. But at no time should you ever think or say in your mind or with your words that this is too much. Because as soon as you do, they will stop. The download will stop. And you don't ever want the download to stop. The download is your gift. It's like Santa Claus dropping gifts down the chimney, where the universal download is dropping keys into your consciousness and subconsciousness. You don't ever think or say this is too much because you would have cut off the gifts that the universe have bestowed upon you. I thought that it would be very important to share this. When the downloads happen, and they will happen if you're obsessed with achieving your goal, they will happen. You must be clear that these are gifts to support you and help you achieve your goals. Yes, you don't know how you're going to get all of these things done, and they start to pile up. But that's good because that is called the treasure trove of information, or what some may call in the ancient world the hall of records. Let them download. This is hidden information. This is information you cannot get anywhere else. Let the downloads happen and write them down because these downloads will serve a purpose in time as you focus upon your goal and begin to achieve the successes that you certainly will achieve if you are committed and devoted. If there's anything you want to achieve in this life, you need devotion. Can I get a right on? There is nothing worth being if you are not willing to sacrifice to achieve it. In some cases, yes, others will be able to achieve certain things faster and in various capacities versus others. But the key here is the others need certain lessons that they will have to acquire before they can get to the next level and the next level. And without those lessons, they will fail. Cracks will show up and they won't know how to deal with those. So it is very good to go through the changes and the problems on this journey. Again, the more obsessed you are by taking massive action, thus gaining traction, moving to subtraction, ultimately you will get to attraction. But you must stay the course. You must stay focused. You must need to accomplish your goals more than you need anything else. That includes food, that includes companionship, that includes material things, etc. You must focus that much to obtain your goals in a world filled with distractions, manipulations, deceit, and outright lies that has programmed you from birth to believe lies and misinformation. You've got to break through that. You've got to do things so impactful that you break through those cycles. Because sometimes we can feel like we're in a cycle, a loop that we can't break out of. I know a lot of people have acknowledged this. What you're required to do is do something you've never done before. You have to take deep risks to break through that loop. If you're not willing to take deep risk to get through that loop, you will stay in that loop. And that loop is deadly. You better get up and do something to break through that loop and keep doing it until the loop disappears, where there's no indication that you're in that loop any longer. So, again, this is what I wanted to share: the thought shaper and the key maker. The ideas are the keys, and how you use them shape the thought towards manifestation of the idea. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel and add likes if you value the essence of what is shared on the Fortune Runner podcast. This is 2019. We will go much deeper and much broader. Success is necessary.